Good morning, good afternoon, or maybe even a good evening, depending on from where you are joining us today. It is my pleasure as the Group President for Global Sales at Emerson Automation Solutions to welcome you to this ACHEMA Pulse event. At Emerson, we are very excited to be here today, to be able to spend time with you, our customers, albeit virtually. Like you, I'm looking forward to the day we can meet face to face again, something that we can all aspire to happen very soon. These last 18 months have been very challenging for all of us, from a professional as well as from a private point of view. I will talk in a minute about the different stages we went through as an organization. However, I can already say this: I was truly amazed by the resilience of our customers, of our employees, and of our suppliers, and how quickly we all pivoted towards new forms of connecting and collaborating with each other. A lot has changed over the last 18 months, and I truly believe we have arrived at an inflection point in our industries. An inflection point driven by an accelerated adoption of digital transformation technologies and an unmistakable trend of our world transitioning to a healthier, a safer, a smarter, and a more sustainable place. And at Emerson, we have the technologies, the solutions, and the people to lead this transition right from the front. So, how have we at Emerson experienced these last 18 months? Well, in March and April of last year, it was all hands on deck to navigate through the COVID-19 crisis. Like you, we were all heavily focused on keeping our employees safe. In addition, we worked very closely with local governments to keep our plants up and running to continue to serve you, our customers, mostly active in essential industries. Once that was under control, our focus quickly pivoted towards helping you optimize your operations in the new environment. I'm sure that many of you participated in one of the webinars focusing on how our technologies can keep your plants up and running, and this with a limited number of resources on site. Or on how our solutions helped accelerate the production of face masks and the race towards the development of the so-needed COVID-19 vaccines. And now, we are entering a new era with new opportunities, a new era where emerging technologies and innovations will play a key role in the planet's transition to a healthier, a safer, a smarter, and a more sustainable place, and where new ways of collaborating are becoming the new norm. We have experienced firsthand that everyone is very eager to learn from each other on what is going on in their industry. A testimony to that were the more than 5,000 customers who participated in our last Users Exchange event in March of this year, an all-time high. As you can all imagine, this Users Exchange was very different compared to the ones we organized over the last decade. This time, we went live with 6 parallel TV channels, including a dedicated German chemical and a Russian channel. What is special about our user conferences is that these events are for our users, organized by our users. At these exchanges, many of our customers share their personal experiences with our technologies. And this year, we had a record high of more than 300 user papers that were submitted. A special selection of these user presentations will be featured at this ACHEMA Pulse conference over the next couple of days. Oh, and by the way, you can still register for this virtual users exchange, which will allow you to consult all the user presentations. Just scan the QR code or search for Emerson Exchange. We have been on an exciting journey with our customers since the first Users Exchange in Europe, which happened almost 10 years ago. And since then, our discussions have evolved from becoming our customers' trusted advisor over helping them reach top quartile performance to getting them started on their digital transformation journey. Digital transformation was a major topic at our last face-to-face event in The Hague, now 3 years ago. And during these discussions in The Hague, several very important questions arose. Where do I start? How will digital transformation improve my operational performance? And how quickly will I realize payback? To help answer these questions and to accelerate this transformational process, we developed the concept of digital transformation workshops. These workshops were designed to zoom into our customers' biggest operational issues and help them develop a solid business case to resolve them. The outcome of these workshops were pilots that demonstrated proof of concept, and these pilots eventually are scaling up now to site-wide deployments. That was our proposal back in 2018. And since then, we have conducted more than 150 workshops in Europe alone, which varied from half a day to 2 full-day sessions, resulting in intensive discussions with more than 2,500 of your colleagues. When we kicked this process off in 2018, these workshops were originally designed to help you improve your bottom line. And working through this process, we collaboratively with our customers identified more than $3 billion of savings opportunities in their operations. $3 billion of savings, think about that. That's an average of $20 million per workshop. And to get to these $3 billion of savings, we focused on 5 key areas: profitability, optimization, reliability, compliance, and safety. Let me give you a couple of examples. Through corrosion monitoring and crude oil analysis solutions, we helped refineries become more profitable. More profitable by taking advantage of more cost-effective crudes without compromising plant integrity. We also analyzed with you how you can optimize your operations by implementing miles balance solutions. Or what about making your plants more reliable through predictive maintenance strategies around your rotating and fixed process assets? And finally, we looked at how we can help you optimize the safety of your operations with sensing technologies that detect and mitigate any loss of hazardous products. Let's pause here for a moment and listen to a couple of your colleagues and what they had to say about this incredible journey over these last couple of years.
We have had a wonderful partnership with Emerson over the last number of years, very much focused on providing cutting-edge training programs on the Delta V platform to meet the needs of the fast-growing biopharma industry.
Our biggest challenge with Emerson has been to fully automatize the lube oil blending plant. We have developed with Emerson the automation of all processes of the plant, blending activity, bulk loading, and inventory of the tank farm. These improvements made the plant more safe, reliable, and profitable.
Emerson developed new digital products to meet the needs of our customers. An example is wireless sensor technology. This has involved educating users as well as ensuring the highest standard of cybersecurity. Emerson have been a great support on this journey.
ACHEMA targets over 90% of renewable energy by 2025. Emerson helps ACHEMA to reach this target with Emerson Ovation DCS on portfolio. My company participated in an Emerson workshop, and my experience was on steam turbine efficiency.
With Fisher valves, AMS and Delta V helped us to stabilize the process and optimize it to a very huge extent. With proper tuning, flexibility of equipment such as Fisher valves, we managed to decrease our auto consumption more than 15% during the last 2 years. And regarding to cybersecurity, together we face new process conditions. And in this scenario, Emerson helps us to improve our workforce upskilling and focus in automatic workflows. As a result, we are making our operation safer, more environmentally friendly, and more reliable.
Operational excellence is probably something that is defined in our vision, delivering performance that makes a difference. This is our official vision. Major value is reliability, so improve the reliability of the assets. So how Emerson helped us? They helped us identifying different ways of controlling this control loop by implementing a smarter feed-forward control inputs. So very, very good team.
Every time Emerson has proved to be a reliable business partner, they consider the problem as their own, and they start working with us as one team to try and overcome these problems and actually meet the goals we are trying to achieve. We are capable of making use of the smart diagnostic features the new equipment have right now, and not only this, but being capable of delivering this valuable information in a proper way that helps the personnel take the proper decisions and take the proper action on time before it's too late.
Since the last user exchange, the Zeeland Refinery has successfully applied high-performance valves in severe hydrogen applications. It was a main challenge in our expansion project of our distillate hydrocracker complex.
The Emerson developed digital twin gave our site the tools we needed to provide our control operators with the necessary skills, training and confidence to perform a right first time safe post-migration startup.
We participated in Emerson workshop on digital transformation to address our operation and business KPIs. We implemented a corrosion monitoring wireless solution and controlled high corrosion rates and brought them under control, preventing incident stops and accidents. Remote connectivity headset is also helping to transform how we work with fewer people on site through COVID. We continue to collaborate on IoT and industrial wireless projects with Emerson for preventive and predictive maintenance, asset management, alarm management, and process optimization,
standardization, sustainability, and saving energy.
Renew ELP is a startup business using an innovative process to recycle a much wider scope of plastics than are currently recycled via traditional mechanical processes, including flexible and multi-layer materials that are either sent to incineration or to landfill. Renew ELP was looking to appoint an automation partner to support the initial pilot project in Australia and subsequently the development of our 80,000 tonne a year commercial scale site in Teesside, and Emerson were the natural choice. They've provided a one-stop shop for the supply and configuration of the process control system, plant instrumentation, control and automated valves, and the fire and gas system. That's backed by an expertise and a strong technology portfolio. Importantly for us as the technology expands was the global coverage for both project delivery and lifecycle services, and a company who understands the business and operational challenges of the developing chemical recycling industry.
We really made the decision to be digital first, is the analytics and the data. From day one, everything we stood up at our manufacturing site, we tried to integrate the data and get it out, and we tried to use it. So, as of today, we have almost 1 billion rows of data that we have learned from. We got a pretty significant return on investment. So we saw our cycle times reduce significantly. I think, batch record review was certainly, a big improvement. Took their review process from days down to hours. I think error proofing was probably another big one. I think we reduced overall manual error rates in our process by about 80% in our clinical phase. Compliance, operational excellence, and data availability were sort of the key tenets of what we tried to design. So you start early as you can. I think thinking big is important. You really can't start a digital journey unless you have your three-year end state in mind.
These are all great stories across the board. From helping Stefano with smarter ways to control process loops to avoid turbine instability, to enabling the Tronox control operators to safely start up their plant with digital twin technologies, ending with empowering new models of sustainable businesses like Renew. What an incredible journey this has been. Partnering with you, our customers, throughout the years has moved the industry forward and transformed our partnerships. During these workshops, new opportunities arose that went far beyond just improving the bottom line. Several new big themes emerged. How can automation and digital transformation technologies help with pipeline acceleration and flexible manufacturing in the life sciences industry? How can automation and digital transformation improve the efficiency of the shutdowns in the chemical industry? And how can these innovations help all our customers become more successful in a sustainable world? Let's have a look at pipeline acceleration and flexible manufacturing. Both have been hot buttons in the life sciences industry for many years, becoming even more critical during the recent pandemic. One of the leaders in the development of vaccines, Moderna, already embraced an all-in digital technology strategy right from the inception of the company in pre-COVID times. This approach paid off and led to shorter cycle times, elimination of operation stops, reduced batch reviews from days to hours, as well as lower manual error rates, and this in the order of magnitude of 80%. Being digital right from day one has been key for Moderna to stay ahead of the curve. With a clear digital transformation and automation plan, the life sciences industry will have the ability to run regional applications across the globe, have the right accessible data at hand, making compliance easier, which will ultimately result in an accelerated time to market. Now, what about improving the efficiency of shutdowns in the chemical industry? Well, what we have learned is that it's all about digitizing your assets with site walkdowns combined with insights gained from the monitoring of your critical assets. That golden combo is the key to optimizing the scope and effectiveness of your workforce during the execution of your turnaround. And the impact is huge. A reduction of errors by more than 70%, a 10% cost reduction, which is about $2 million for an average-sized turnaround, and an accelerated startup of your operations with almost a full week. Now, let's not forget the safety aspect. I'm sure you all agree that safety is a crucial success factor for these events, and knowing where people are with our real-time location awareness solutions will help massively with the safe execution of your shutdown. We have the technology at Emerson, we also have the expertise. We get involved in more than 2,500 turnarounds per year. The other big topic that we discussed during these workshops was sustainability. And speaking of sustainability, the chemical industry has been, like many other industries, under intense pressure to reduce its carbon footprint. It's probably among the few sectors that has made the biggest strides in that direction, through imposing ambitious targets, modernizing existing operations, and embedding new technologies to accelerate decarbonization. However, the road ahead is long. Electrifying industrial processes, switching feedstocks, and establishing the pillars of a circular economy in the production process, it will require significant resources. Digital transformation technologies, in combination with strong partnerships, will be key to catalyze that change. And that's what we've learned in working with our customers. Whether they were approaching new ways of creating biochemicals like the Mitex Nueva Vista facilities in France, or whether they are improving the efficiency of existing operations, as is the case for many large chemical manufacturers in Germany. In short, the sustainability discussions we had during these workshops centered around two big areas. One, how can we help you with the carbon management of your existing operations? And two, how can new technologies and innovations help accelerate the investments in the build-out of a clean fuels and biochemicals infrastructure? Let's start with the existing operations. The projects and pilots that came out of the digital transformation workshops did not only have a big impact on profitability, they had a big impact on sustainability too. And this should not be a surprise. Monitoring your critical assets and analyzing process performance will help you develop an improved understanding of your assets, their loading, and their efficiency. Overlaying the assets and process flows will enable you to identify the energy consumption and the emission hotspots. This will help you to take appropriate action, redesign the process, size your assets for optimal performance, improve process control for faster response time, and utilize analytics and digital twins to predict and prevent performance deviations. Take, for example, our steam solutions. I think that most of you are familiar with the steam solutions we introduced a couple of years ago. These have now gone mainstream with more than 30,000 devices deployed and millions of dollars saved in the process industries. Over the last couple of years, we have taken this to a new level. With our newly developed machine learning technologies, we are now enabling you to save energy throughout the entire process. At Arvedi in Italy, our solutions help recover thermal energy in their processes. Besides the traditional process automation equipment related to the energy recovery system, we are also using a combination of wireless devices and data analytics to measure the recovered energy. This is crucial for Arvedi as government incentives are based on actual, realized energy savings. On average, a typical plant with a site-wide energy monitoring program can expect to reduce its energy usage by 5 to 15%, resulting in approximately $15 million of annual energy savings. Let this be clear, more efficient and reliable processes make more sustainable processes. In addition to having an efficient process, it's key to monitor and control your emissions as well. We have developed technology to help you capture the benefits of the emission trading schemes. You need these technologies to measure and report your emissions to benefit from government incentive plans. That was the case for one of the largest FLNG operators in the world, as they were looking to reduce the environmental impact of their fleet. Continuous emissions monitoring solutions worked well in the past. However, this customer was looking for the next generation technology, something that would allow them to forecast and take preventive action on the generated emission levels, and this without an exponential increase in cost and schedule. Leveraging our PlantWeb Optics data analytics platform, we introduced the first predictive emissions monitoring solutions to the world. By analyzing the data generated by 4 gas turbines, 2 boilers, and 2 gas engines from one FLNG vessel, we were able to accurately model and predict emission levels for each of the 4 liquefaction trains. This solution enabled our customer to take a proactive approach in managing the carbon footprint. Emission monitoring and control is one part of the equation. Carbon capture and use is the other part. At Emerson, we have the largest array of solutions to help with that. From enabling steel mills to capture CO2 and inject it in reservoirs for enhanced oil recovery, to setting up an advanced monitoring system for pipeline corrosion, to reservoir monitoring and modeling for CO2 storage. Carbon capture and usage is just starting its voyage and will be a critical element in the production of blue hydrogen, the transitional feedstock for probably the next decade, until the global infrastructure is ready to go fully green. And that brings me to my next topic. We all know there is a big need to transition to alternative fuels and to decarbonize our energy sources. And also here we have made a lot of progress. I already mentioned the emerging economy around hydrogen, whether you talk about the production of blue hydrogen with steam methane reforming or the production of green hydrogen through electrolysis. With our broad portfolio of controllers, measurement, fluid and motion control, and final control devices, complemented with our data lake and analytics platform, we are ready to meet the automation demands of this emerging industry, an industry that will be crucial in the world's transition to net zero. I am a strong believer that hydrogen will be the rock star of this energy transition. But this will go far beyond just hydrogen. We are seeing the emergence of new processes and players. Take, for example, a company like Renew, which we featured in the video section. Renew is producing biowax and biodiesel out of heavy waste plastics. Waste plastics that cannot be recycled in a traditional way? Or what about Mitex Nouvista in France, who are producing chemicals out of biomass by means of a fermentation process? They are teaching bacteria to do a better job than oil in producing chemicals. Both companies have chosen Emerson as their automation partner on their journey to make the world a more sustainable place. An important element to consider with these emerging processes is that they are often still in a pilot phase, however, scaling up quickly. Our digital twin technologies play a key role in that successful transition, a transition from pilot phase to full-blown production. For those of you that want to take a deeper dive into these topics, we have developed the Green Innovation Day Tour. For now, these events are still held virtually. However, as soon as the global pandemic situation permits, we will revert to face-to-face sessions. At these Green Innovation Day events, we discuss in detail how more efficient operations make more sustainable operations, and which solutions and innovations will help accelerate the build-out of a clean fuels and biochemicals infrastructure. Please scan the QR code in case you want to check out the next event in your neighborhood. Besides the unmistakable trend towards a more sustainable world, we are also discovering and developing new forms of connecting and collaborating with each other. In this context, we recently launched our new collaboration platform, Miamison. Miamison, a new platform built around multiple functionalities. In My Workspace, you will find the engineering tools to size and select field devices and generate drawings. In My Transactions, you will get full visibility of your price, active quotes, and order history. And in My Assets, you can view your asset records and access product documents, plan for turnarounds, and schedule services. In My Software, you can manage cloud and downloadable software licenses, view upgrades, and hotfixes. And finally, in My Training, you can manage purchased courses and consult training records. I'd like to close with Emerson's purpose and causes, which we recently launched. At Emerson, we stand for innovations that make the world healthier, safer, smarter, and more sustainable. And that is what we hope you will experience during our sessions at ACHEMA Pulse over the next few days. Thank you, and I wish you all a great ACHEMA Pulse.